Hey everybody, this is Harry coming to you from the beautiful Live Oak City Cemetery here in Suwannee County, Florida. You can't see nothing there. Anyways, cemetery. And just getting off of work. And late last night I saw Jay post a video, a community chat video. He posted one, I guess, a week ago that nobody did except for Brian, good old Brian. He does come through with chats. Um, So I thought I'd respond to this one. Because it's a little bit easier. The one he posted last week, I probably wouldn't have been able to do it. With the still getting over the flu and stuff like that, and I didn't want to be on the camera hacking. Nobody wants to see me hacking like they have in previous videos. So, so Jay's question for the community is which do you prefer, going to a movie theater or staying home and watching films? What do you prefer? Now that I'm 54 years old, I prefer to stay home because I'm a cheap bastard when it comes to going to movie theater. Uh, Back in the day, when I started going to movie theaters on my own in the 70s, yeah, in the 70s, my brother used to take me to movies. I discussed this in previous videos where he took me to Radio City Music Hall and we seen Charlotte's Web. I saw Star Wars, The Towering Inferno. He was my introduction to going to movie theaters. But I also seen on my own, because when I lived in Long Beach, New York, there used to be a movie theater on the corner called Lido Beach Theater. And it was actually a block away from my house. I'd just get up, go across Long Beach Boulevard where the Jack in the Box was, make a left, go to the end of that block there, and there was the theater. So it was within walking distance. And my mother gave me $5 to go to the movies. Remember those days? $5 to go to a movie? Some people were older than that. Remember when it was maybe a $1.25 or $2, whatever, to go to a film. So I would go to the Lido Beach Theater and I watched a couple of movies, but the one I remember the most was a Godzilla movie where I can't remember the monster's name, but anyways, there was a robot and Godzilla does his karate, we call flying kick through the air. And I sat there in the movie theater all day long watching that film. That was the movie. Actually, that was the movie theater too that I saw Jaws. The babysitter took me to see Jaws when it came out and scared the shit out of me, and I wouldn't go in the theater or in the beach again for a long time. And I saw Porky's there. Even though I didn't live in New York, I went back for a visit and was able to go see the original Porky's in that theater. Still holds a lot of memories for me. And then the 80s, I preferred going to the movies because I would be hanging out with my friends. We seen my friend Spencer. We would see Easy Money, Red Dawn, all those films back in the day. Indiana Jones, the Muppet movie, the Great Muppet Caper. I remember seeing that one too. So I liked going to the movie theaters back in the 70s and 80s. It was really fun. Even in the 90s, me and my first wife would go to these dollar movies, and we would, we were on a limited income. We had newborns, and so the budget was tight. So even though movies were about $6, $6.75, something like that around that time, hey, we go to a dollar movie, and well, they've been out for a while, so we seen JFK, not JFK. We see that when it first came out. We paid full price for that, but Hoffa and Chaplin. My wife says, "Oh, Robert Downey Jr." Because she loved Robert Downey Jr. And he's a Chaplin. We really want to see that. And I said, "Yeah, I want to see that because I'm a fan of Chaplin." And we went there and we spent 5 hours in that movie theater because both movies were about 2.5 hours long. Yeah, so they had good times. Then we went to Movie City 10 and saw a lot of movies there in Fort Lauderdale. Yeah, I like that. Going to the drive-in, we went to drive-in a couple times. I saw Rocky 3 at the drive-in, and then my brother drove around to the next screen. We saw nice screens with Cheech and Chong. Uh, yeah, good times. But nowadays, going to a movie theater is stressful. You really have to take out a freaking home loan or a personal loan just to go to a freaking movie theater with a family. The last time it was me and that I took any of the children to the movie theater. We haven't taken we've taken one of my granddaughters before, but the last time we went with the kids, at least two of them, my grandson Bentley and my daughter Erin, and wife and I, we went to go see Toy Story 4, and that wound up being $80 just to go to the movie theater. And then that's with concession as well, and also getting something to eat afterwards, which was another $25, you know. So basically, you can easily drop $100 in a night going to a movie theater with the family. And nowadays, the home theater system, I don't have my speakers or stereo hooked up to the TV yet. But with I got a 60-inch TV, Sony in the living room, so it's easy just to wait till the rental Blu-ray come out or stream whatever, and rent it and watch it there instead of going to the movie theaters, because it's just too expensive, especially the family of mine. Now, the only time I would go to a movie theater was nowadays if it was something special. So the last time the wife and I went was back in December. We have the ritual, the new Star Wars movies that come out, the last trilogy. We've seen every single one of them on New Year's Eve. Just the way it worked out, because we couldn't get tickets when the Force Awakens came out right away, and the way we get paid and stuff, we wound up going New Year's Eve, and that kind of fell being that. So we had a way of going to the movie theater. It just became a ritual, so more or less. So we don't go to movie theaters that much. Maybe a couple times a year, unless if there's something special we want to see. Last year we went, I think, 3 times. Couldn't tell you the first time last year, but I remember we seen Downton Abbey because the wife wanted to see Downton Abbey in the theater, so we went there and seen that. I was the only guy in the theater, and there was only 6 or 7 of us in there, but I was the only guy. And then we saw The Force Awakens in the movie theater. We saw Toy Story 4, and then I think we've seen one more before that. So yeah, I prefer to do it home anyways. I don't like going out too much if I don't have to. Kind of a homebody, because it's safer at home to an extent, so I like to stay home, watch my movies, watch what I want, get up. I also get aggravated in the movie theaters too with other people. Like, we saw Downton Abbey, and like I said, there were 6, 7 of us, and we were the first ones there, and so I like to sit in the center of the theater, and so these other people start trickling in. You think they would go wherever. I mean, there was 200 other seats, and they decided to sit around us. And they like to talk. They were chattering, people eating loud, opening wrappers. I get aggravated when I'm in a movie like that, and I shouldn't. And I'm very self-conscious of it myself. Like, if I get a concession, which is rarely, I get Twizzlers or something like that, try to open the wrappers and stuff beforehand. But when you're trying to get that stuff out, because Twizzlers come in a bag, or Red Vines, that the bag's going to ruffle and it makes noises. And I'm kind of self-conscious or conscious about that because I don't want to disturb other people. But yeah, that stuff's kind of aggravates me. But at least at the house, I could pause the movie, go to the bathroom, and all that. Brian had mentioned in his video that he sits through a movie all the way through to the credits, and I tend to do that myself, unless I really have to go to the bathroom. But I do sit there and watch the whole film. So yeah, home experience now is so much better once I get the surround sound hookup that I want. Sorry, I keep moving back and forth, but yeah, as soon as I get the home surround sound system that I want, I mean, I got a stereo and speakers. I just need new surround speakers. That'd be awesome to have, to be in the house. I mean, the way Blu-ray, 4K, DVD, even DVD, you can get surround sound and you get good sound quality, and it's just like being in a movie theater, except it don't cost as much every time you go. I see people like DVD collector 1974, James. He goes to the theater quite often, more than I do, and more power to him. He's able to do that, where I'm not in that situation to do it. So, but the cinema experience, there's certain films you have to experience in the cinema, and there's special films. I mean, I wouldn't, and I know I'm just rambling on here, but if there was a Nicolas Cage movie that was coming out and it was going to end in the theater, I'll skip it until it comes out on Blu-ray. Star Wars films, or the new Indiana Jones movie that they're coming out with, I want to see that in the movie theater, because that's how I experienced Star Wars the first time, and that's something that you should experience on the big screen. Indiana Jones, I saw that. Raiders of the Lost Ark, I saw that on release in 1981 in the theater, and saw the Temple of Doom and The Last Crusade all in the theater. So I keep that, and I make plans for that, to do that. Make a date night with the wife, get babysitters for the grandkids or whatever my daughters will have to watch. So we do that, but only on special occasions. Anyways, I rambled on enough. Thank you, Jerry, for the chat. Sorry about last week. Maybe when I feel up to it, I'll make a list. But anyways, comment below. Tell us what you do. What do you prefer, home or going to the theater, the cinema to watch films? And talk to y'all later. Bye.